Welcome everyone to the Tactical Tavern. I'm your host Tomas Alas, and in this video we are checking out the new E52C flashlight from NexTorch. They asked if I was interested in checking out this model, and at first I was kind of hesitant because I hadn't really heard of them before, but I figured I'd give it a shot, share my experience with you guys, go over the pros and the cons in order to help you decide if this flashlight may be right for you. The team over at NexTorch also generously gave us a discount code, so if you do like some of the features that this has to offer at the end of the video, use discount code TACTAB at checkout to help you save some money. Before we get started on the review, if you love gadgets, gear, and all things everyday carry, make sure to drop a like, share with a friend, and subscribe so you won't miss future videos helping you upgrade your gear. With that being said, let's get right into it. This right here is the NexTorch E52C flashlight, and it comes in with an overall length of 6.02 inches. The head diameter measures in at 1.18 inches, and the body is a little bit slimmer, coming in at 1.06 inches. The material it is constructed of is a hard aluminum alloy. It doesn't mention anything about the hardness type or coating, but it has proven to be quite durable with my testing. Because of the dimensions, it certainly lends itself to be a little bit larger for everyday carry. However, it does have quite a nice heft to it, still giving it some tactical prowess, and it comes in with a weight of 4.84 ounces. This is also running on a rechargeable 21700 battery, which is one of the larger types of batteries, but on the flip side, it also increases your runtime. The E52C produces 3000 lumens of light, and that'll run for 2.5 hours. While testing this flashlight, something that did impress me was that on that 3000 lumen setting, it did not get overly hot. Of course, it got warm because it's producing a lot of light, but that 2.5 hour runtime is quite accurate because it's not going to completely burn through all that battery, and it has a very dispersed light beam, so it's not hyper focused. It also sports a 550 medium lumen setting that'll run for 4 hours and 15 minutes. We also have a low of 30 lumens, and that'll go for 65 hours. Keeping this flashlight recharged is really simple, and I like it. You unscrew the head of the flashlight and it will reveal a USB Type-C charging cable. I'm also a big fan of the indicator light on the side so you can track the progress of your battery throughout the evening. I really enjoy how slim this flashlight is, making it easy and comfortable to carry for prolonged periods of time. I also enjoy the fact that the head is quite thick, having a lot of material there, so it kind of transfers that heat. It doesn't make it super hot, comfortable to hang on to. I also like the texture, how it's not really aggressive. It still gives you some usable grip, but it's not going to shred your pockets, and that's something that's a big plus in an everyday carry light. Some people might be weary that it unscrews, but I prefer that over some of the rubber flaps for durability. It also comes equipped with an IPX8 waterproof rating. The beam intensity on this flashlight is quite low, coming in with 11,025 candela, and if you're new to flashlights, basically that means that it's more of a floodlight instead of a pinpoint laser. Focusing all of that light beam, this is not going to do that. It's going to be a wide angle disbursement. It's great for searching or up close projects, so you don't have a lot of that light reflecting back into your eyes. Although they say this is their everyday carry flashlight, I think it has a little bit more use than that. I really recommend it for outdoor adventures because of that large flood angle, as well as any home improvement projects, or simply keeping it in the vehicle as an emergency backup light. It's going to be easy to work on things because it's not bouncing a ton of light back into your face, and it's great for searching and keeping your situational awareness up. That being said, the user interface for me is not quite conducive for a tactical light. Of course, it has that double tap for strobe, which is really nice, but sometimes while I was like trying to clear rooms with it, it would bounce down and then go into the medium or low setting and not remain constantly on high. So an improvement I'd love to see is a little bit of an updated user interface with 2 mode selections, either being able to go into EDC mode where you can have it start on low and go up to high, or even just go into high constantly and then cycle down to low. Some things to work out with that. Some things I like about the pocket clip is the level of retention in the pocket. The ride height is nice because it allows you to quickly access the light quite consistently. I also enjoy that it's milled out, making it a little bit lighter. That always comes in handy. Something to consider with the pocket clip is that it's pretty high, meaning that you definitely feel it when in your hand, but on the flip side of that, it also acts as an anti-roll feature, so your flashlight isn't going to be falling off the table. And that being said, if you carefully balance it, which does take a little bit of finesse, you can tail stand it, but it is not the easiest thing to do. NexTorch also threw in a retention ring, which is kind of cool for spinning it around like a KARAMBIT, but its primary function is an additional level of retention. So if you get surprised or shocked, or maybe your hands are slippery for whatever reason, you can still maintain a positive grip on the flashlight. However, for me, I think this ring is a miss, and this is just my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of this lip up here. It really bites into my hand aggressively. I also wish that it would have been raised up or had another cutout towards the top, so that way you could actually use it in conjunction with the activation button on the back. They also sent out a sheath, and this happens to be one of the best sheaths I have ever experienced with any flashlight brand ever. The sheath system is multi-adjusting. It locks into place, or you can just simply store it there on your belt. It also has this latch here that'll prevent it from getting taken from you. But something else I think is really cool is that you can literally just lay this flat down on a table or a bench, and that way it holds your flashlight there. So if you have it on your belt, you can take it off, slap it down, and now you have something that'll keep the flashlight pointed in a working area. So at the end of the day, who would I recommend this flashlight for? Well, if you're interested in an everyday carry flashlight in the larger size, this is certainly a great option. It's definitely a little bit heftier, but it does have that increased runtime, which also makes it great for outdoor adventures. It has a surprisingly good durability rating and some nice waterproof and dust-proof features. However, I would not recommend this per se as a tactical duty style flashlight per se, because of the user interface. It is a nice UI in the sense that it'll go from high, medium to low, but it does take a lengthy amount of time for it to go back to the high, more than 2 seconds. And if you need instant access to that 3000 lumens, it's not coming. You're gonna have to cycle through those modes to get there. If you did need access to the strobe or a higher lumen, you could always double press it, and it is nice that it does have that feature quickly accessible via the back tail switch. A feature that took me a little while to figure out to use is switching through the modes without turning the flashlight on, and that's done in quick bursts, so you can access that low without always having to go through high and blasting yourself with lumens. It does take a little bit of practice, but it's certainly applicable and something you can do. A real world test that I was happy I did was run down to a parking structure. There was a lot of oncoming lumens blast in my face, which gave a lot of hiding areas and shadows. So if you were walking to your car, you might want to scan that for any perpetrators. This flashlight did an amazing job at burning through those oncoming lights, allowing you to easily search and scan the area, making sure it's safe to proceed. So that is a great thing that in closer environments, this certainly has a lot of capability. On that farther stretch past that 150 to 200 meter mark, it definitely struggles to really hit out there. But on that 3000 lumen setting, it certainly does a decent job at providing a wide search area. At the time of this review, you can find this flashlight for $86. I think that is amazing value considering some of the other leading performing flashlights are upwards of $100. If you are interested in this flashlight, NexTorch also gave us a discount code. So if you use TACTAB at checkout, you can also save some additional money. I have to admit, I was nervous about testing this out. I didn't have high hopes for it, but it pleasantly surprised me. I think it's a great value flashlight at an even better price. Do me a favor and let me know what are your thoughts on this NexTorch E52C in the comment section down below. What other gear would you love to test out? And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you won't miss future videos helping you upgrade your gear. Also, while you're there, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Tactical Tavern. Once again, my name is Tomas Salas. Thank you again for watching. I'm excited to see you in the next video. And remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.